Nice to be here. Hope everyone's having a good tournament so far. I've watched a couple of the games from behind. It's been really fun to watch so far today.
Nice.
Lots of really good teams.
Triple nice. And this game, we've got Chasing Promos versus Disco Nunu. So Disco Nunu is on the right-hand side playing the red team. Rick Chum, Unique, Saka, Spoofu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and XZ4. And then Chasing Promos is Dead 7, Barcode, Busty Senpai, Celestiri, and Canadian. Hanul, Sine, Tim. Sine. All right, we're back. We're back in the game. We're seeing bans. Morgana's gone. Boom. See you later.
I still don't have that screen.
Oh, you don't see how that
I
screen?
just see the game will begin shortly screen.
Nice.
So that's what I'm.
Hey.
There we go. Okay.
Hey.
Like, we're back, and I was like, we are back.
I'm back. What are you up to?
Well, you know.
Just staring
Tuning in shortly. Yeah.
Tuning in shortly, staring into blankness in the meantime. All right. And 3 bands coming out. We see Pantheon, Morgana, and Caitlyn coming from Chasing Promos.
The Kha'Zix ban is interesting. I thought that was a ban I might have seen more from, or I guess Busty Senpai's team has been the team that's been using that very successfully this tournament. It's been killing tons of people.
Yeah, we had a completely dominant Kha'Zix in the previous game as well too. Just really, really doing some damage, getting a lot of picks in the mid game with the isolation just after he took off a little bit. First pick Pyke coming out of the gate for Dead 7.
Strong pick. I mean, I hate having to deal with Pyke in lane. He's just so strong. His kid is very fundamentally sound. He just is strong all around in fights and skirmishes.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage, brings the CC, brings the damage, and shares gold. So what more can you want? Alistair to kick him away. Sounds good. And
yeah, Alistair's name, or in the clan, Pyke, so maybe that's just taking it from a Pyke main.
Yeah. And Kaisa, Sera. Apparently one of the best ADs right now. Going to see her picked up into that Alistair in the bot lane.
I've always thought her ulti would be best seen on higher level play. You know, it's just such a strong positioning tool, but positioning doesn't make as big of a deal until you need to reposition as an ADC after getting caught out.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she fares in this game. Being moderately good. I'll say moderately good because I'm mean. And then Busty Senpai picking up the Xayah. I imagine Busty's going to be in the jungle, right? Or who's playing where for their team?
They might be swapping. So
yeah.
Mundo, very strong. Every time I've seen anyone who plays Mundo, it has been...
We got a spill, folks. I will be back shortly. John is leading the cast.
An unfortunate spill. Yeah, no, Mundo is so strong right now. He is just an absolute unit. Once he gets a couple items, he is just unkillable, does so much damage. He is a monster. Hecarim, too, a very strong ganker. Very hard to stop a Hecarim from getting a successful gank on at least a couple lanes early game. We're waiting on some more bans. Oh, here comes, I'm not actually sure to pronounce her name, Chiana or something. The new champion with the AoE stun on any terrain target. Very strong. Very good to ban out if you're worried about getting picked off. The Vlad ban coming out. That's a very strong ban as well. Very heavy AP carry. One good Vlad ult can win a game like game. Sometimes it's best just to take away those instant win threats in the 35-minute mark.
We're almost fixed, folks. We're almost fixed.
Still waiting to see the mid laner picks coming out, so that's why the Vlad ban came out. Last pick, I believe, is XZ4. I'm not sure who the mid laner is for the right team, but I expect to see a counter pick for at least mid or top lane here. Morgana ban too. Not sure if that was a mid or support Morgana ban when it did come out at the beginning. Fiora ban top and Ornn ban top. Two very strong, dominant top laners. Akali.
Pro tip: don't spill right in the keyboard.
Pro tip: don't spill right in the keyboard. Akali's an interesting pick into Mundo, Pyke, Xayah. I suspect that she'll want to be more of a burst than any sort of sustained DPS. And that Galio pick coming out, I'm not really sure how Akali's going to successfully enter these fights. There's a lot of AoE damage and CC coming out from Pyke, Mundo, Galio. Xayah's hard to pick off with her ulti. And yeah, Jax is not an easy character to 1v1 with anyone. Oh, Urgot, very tanky. Still waiting to see what they finish with. I kind of like the Urgot a little bit more than the Darius myself, but Darius has a very big tanky character as well, so the left team is going to have a lot of ways to mitigate the Akali for sure. I'm not really sure if they're expecting to have to split push hard because they didn't take the Jack, so I suspect they're planning to 5-man quite early into the game and probably win before Kai'Sa, Kayle, and Akali can become real threats. Game's getting started. 40 seconds. Everyone's finishing up their loadouts. Now we get to see the actual picks. It looks like Akali is going to be mid lane with Ignite into Galio. Darius into Kayle top. Darius with the Ghost Run. So if Kayle overextends a little bit, that's definitely an easy lane to shut down. And obviously a focus because the late game Kayle is a monster, and because Akali, I do think, is going to struggle to get into these fights all that successfully. Kayle and Kai'Sa are going to be keys to getting fed and being able to take down this tanky team. Alistar, of course, is going to have a big job keeping Kai'Sa and Kayle safe. But 3 minutes until we get to join in. They'll be starting now, and what do I suspect is going to happen early game? I haven't been watching much of the early game, so I don't know if there's too many invades, but I do suspect that Busty Senpai's team is going to... well, they do have a very strong invade comp too, actually, but I would wait and not invade an Alistar. I would just try to make sure that you don't get walked in by an Alistar comp. I think trying to walk into an Alistar bush is looking to get a little too dangerous. Some teams will be over-aggressive early game and always look for an invade, but sometimes people just like to get to the laning phase and play a little bit more of the actual metagame instead of just the cheesy level 1 stuff.
I much prefer the cheesy level 1.
Oh, the cheesy level 1 is where dreams are made and crushed.
Mm-hmm. And babies are born.
The Blitzcrank pulls.
Oops. My screen there, it's back now. Nice.
Stealing buffs.
Still got a wet keyboard. Just gonna point that out there so everyone can commiserate with me.
Moist keyboard.
Commiserate. Okay, moving my cursor so I don't quit the screens. Trying to dry it, and that'll have to do. That'll do, Tim. That'll do.
I suspect the Hecarim is going to want to look top as well because, again, the Kayle is a big threat if he can get ahead, and whichever team manages to take over the top lane successfully will probably be able to snowball that gold lead into first dragon.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and we are seeing the team chasing promos here took out the mighty Team Frost in the previous game. So we often have a strong cheering section. session?
I think it's section, but not 100% sure.
I just got stuck in my mental verbal loop.
Which team is chasing promos?
Chasing
that,
promos is
Busty Senpai?
Celestiri, Canadian, Busty Senpai, Barcode, and Dead 7.
Okay.
And on the side of
Rick
Disco
Chum,
Nunu.
Saka,
Yeah,
Spoofu, and
that one is Disco
Z4.
Nunu. And ZX or XZ4.
Z4.
Yeah, whenever I see an X and a Z together, I always forget which one's which.
Well, I mean, and really, it's just kind of a clean 2-letter
Yeah.
name with a number on it.
Yeah, and pretty uncommon combination as well too. So doesn't make any words. No words. All right, game time. Here we go. This time I'm gonna. Oh, whoops! I'm gonna ruin everything. Click that one, and then we're gonna click this one down here. Beep beep. Gameplay.
The Kale Top Darius matchup is the matchup I'm probably most interested in. I mean, the bot lane can, of course, be blown out of the water by any sort of Hecarim gank, so you got to be really careful. If you're Xayah and Pyke this game, you don't want to overextend if you don't know where Hecarim is. But the Darius Kale fight should be... Kale's got Kleptomancy, so he might just try to farm under tower and harass the Darius for gold. Probably about as good of a strategy as you could ask for if you're Kale into a Darius with Ghost Run and a Mundo. You really can't step past the mid lane and top without... Yeah, I mean, you just have no escapes. You've got just a free kill.
You just don't get your whole lane. You get most of it.
Not even most.
You get some of it. Some lane for you. All right, Barcode on the Mundo in the jungle. So that is going to be... I was thinking that the Mundo might end up top lane when we saw the early pick, but he is going to head into the jungle. So 5-point defensive start here from both teams. John, we have a request from the stream.
Oh, yeah? What's the request?
Is for you to say moist, but slowly.
Oh, my.
Do it, John! Do it!
Oh, well, I live for moist.
There you
I
go.
hope that satisfies whatever craving you have.
Or it really hurt your feelings.
Or it really
And-
hurt your feelings. Yeah, one of the two.
One of the two. As long as we're having an impact on your life, we're happy.
Strong emotional reaction would be preferable.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. Rick Chum, showing his face. He doesn't care. He's Rick Chum. And he pikes. All right, we're going to see just a slow level 1 start here. Hecarim's going to open on his red buff, however.
Interesting start. I'm not familiar with Hecarim's clear path for the past several seasons, so if he can solo red into Krugs or Raptors and gank, that seems pretty strong. He's definitely got better AoE than most when it comes to clearing those camps, and I believe Krugs are still the highest XP camp in the game.
Yeah, they should still be highest gold as well too.
Highest gold.
But
Looks like he's going for Raptors.
yeah, Hecarim exceptionally good at doing Raptors because of his
Rampage.
whirly twirly.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it, whirly twirly.
Yeah. Okay, looking up. Mundo's clearing his full bottom jungle. Now Hecarim's moving up to the Krugs. Interesting path. I wonder if Hecarim is planning to go top right after Krugs. I mean, otherwise, Raptors Krugs is quite inefficient.
Yeah,
with
it's
the rest of your jungle.
Yeah, it puts you in a bad spot if you're not heading towards the top lane. We did see an interesting
Darius warded early against the Hecarim.
He
so
has.
that's good.
Yeah, we saw an interesting purchase order early game from one of the other teams. They did a 5-person stack to start, and then the jungler dropped his ward and based and recalled and switched immediately to sweeper. So when he was coming out for gank timings, he would have sweeper available. So
Nice.
very,
trade by Busty.
very nice trade.
Hecarim's here for the turnaround. Will Busty have to flash? Yes, he
Ooh.
will. Gets the ignite from Akali in return. Hecarim can always come really quick. I think Busty probably should have just flashed earlier there. If you're gonna flash to save your life, it's better just to trust that the Hecarim's going to do quite a bit of damage when he's coming running in, you know?
Yeah, instead of risking it for sure.
Well, at least then he would have saved maybe a couple hundred HP. And who knows? I mean, if the Hecarim doesn't stop the charge, he'll come under the tower with you, and then...
Yeah, and then it's a whole different game. All right.
Much more dangerous for the Hecarim anyway.
Top lane, Darius versus Kale here to start off.
Kale's doing great. He's got more farm. He's got the wave pushing towards Darius, though. Mundo's top. I suspect that the Darius wants to have the wave at his tower until the Mundo is ready to come top.
Mm-hmm.
If possible.
Yeah, Hecarim just cleaning up the bot side of his jungle as well right now.
Kale's recalling right now. Darius is probably freezing the wave at the top side. I would suspect it's at least one wave, if not 2 waves, for Kale lost of golden EXP.
Mm-hmm. Well played, Darius. Holding that top lane.
Ice is up 13 CS in the bot lane, though they've got 6 CS still to kill. 14 CS.
And fairly even across the rest of the board, though.
Yeah, Red's up 300 gold. It's a very uneventful so far early game.
Yeah, and we are right now at the point in the bracket where whichever team loses is gone. Team Frost has been eliminated, Watery. They went downzers downtown.
Darius has still got the lane frozen, so he's now up about 10 CS. Kale went for a deep ward in river so that he can run from Mundo in the event that Mundo does come top, and he will.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that Rift Scuttler saw the ward being placed.
Possibly, yeah. I'm
couldn't
not
see.
sure.
That would be an interesting amount of information if you were to make a play off of that somehow.
Yeah. Rick Chum just chilling. Everyone's just chilling right now. There's not really anything to grab.
Moving towards bot, perhaps?
Yeah.
Looks like he's moving down bot pretty quick.
Looks like
He's
we're going to be
gonna
seeing a
pass
Mundo
over
gank here in the
ward.
bot lane.
Pike's
going for the
going in.
engage. He does get the stun.
Lands the stun. Mundo's walking in. Flash from Kaisa. Ignite comes out from from Pike. Alistair ignites the Mundo. Gets the kill for Kaisa for first blood. Kaisa gets a couple trades off. Alistair's still in there with his stun about to hit the Xayah. He's going to back out now. Pike lands the stun. Xayah's moving back. Pike lands the hook onto Kaisa. Can they clean up that kill onto the Kaisa?
She's so
no!
low.
Kaisa gets the kill. The Triumph heal. They're chasing down Galio in the mid lane now. He has no flash. His teleport's down as well. He's now going to be behind quite a bit. It's a 2k gold advantage for the red team.
And that is a very unfortunate turnaround there in the bot lane. All started out with a great engage from Canadian, but if you saw what happened immediately, he went for a flash out to try and avoid getting, I think, pulled by the Alistair so that he'd still be useful. But he missed his leash, whatever it is. He missed his spear, so he didn't get pulled back into the fight.
Absolutely.
And then as a result, Pike wasn't auto-attacking for the majority of that fight right until the end. So the damage switched in the favor of red side, and they're able to just clean up the jungler as he came in. And Mundo, not very tanky early, especially when he hadn't yet picked up his Cinder Hulk.
Yeah, well, when you consider that it
Bambi,
was
sorry.
a 2v3 for Kaisa to come out 2-0, Xayah just doesn't really have that much damage early game, and you could see it there when the Kaisa lived with 10 HP, and it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, and just slight misplays, having that turnaround for them, and then very well played.
I was definitely wrong about the focus
Oh.
on the top side. I was very much expecting this Kale to be a point of focus early game, but I guess the warding from both players and the general just passive farm is acceptable for both of them. I mean, the Kale is doing great. He's still up 1 CS, and that was after Darius managed to catch 10 CS. They're landing a Galio gank bottom. The Pike lands the stun. Xayah does have flash. He's going to land the root. Teleport coming in from Kale. Kale is level 6, does have her ult up.
Hecarim's joining as well, too, from the
Hecarim's
backside.
coming in from the backside. Hecarim multi down. Galio's going to go down here. Do they have any follow-up? Kaisa's still going in with the level 6. Oh, the snare from Xayah. They're going to have to back off here. Are they going to be able to follow up with any other tower dives?
Looks like Dragon is a possibility, but Kale's going to want to base and deal with Darius, who's already pushed all the way to her top tower. Big
Good
play
trick.
there by the bot side. Goes in for the stun, followed up by Galio ult, but unfortunately doesn't quite. He's coming in.
Coming in now. He's got his level alt now, too. This Oh, no, wow. See, there's that reposition again. You know, if you get caught out, you can just get out there. It's great.
Yeah, great reposition there from Kaisa. Isn't quite fast enough to get behind Kaisa to get the initial stun off. If he did manage to land that, it's almost certain she would have died.
Yeah, I know, for sure, absolutely.
But Pike not having his mobility boots yet, just having the tier 1 boots, not quite fast enough to get behind her.
Looking at the items now, we see Kaisa has a Muramana built, which is a great first back. She had that before she had bought the boots and dagger that she just got now. So that's obviously a scaling item that will make her hit very hard around the 20-minute mark. She will... It's about 100 damage bonus a hit at that point. It really is one of the bigger power spikes when it comes to just like flat auto attack damage.
And it'll be interesting. Does that stack at all with her multiple quick attack ability? That thing that she does, the little feathers. Or no, wait. Yeah, I've never played Kaisa, so it makes it difficult for me to understand what she does.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So Kaisa's abilities, for anyone who hasn't played her, she has her Q is an AoE that throws out a bunch of little void daggers and does percent or damage and stacks off of AP and AD. Great for wave clear. I believe it's maxed often, if not the long range spear-like ability. Her other ability is a movement speed buff that gives her attack speed after the short movement speed buff. I think it's a channel, so you can't attack her.
Your chum going in. Gets a
in
knockup.
right
Nah, not enough, though.
Darius misses the pull top lane. Kale's just farming safely. I wonder how much Kleptomancy gold she has. Is there a way we can check that?
Let's see. Click her. Click her up here. Click her face. I don't know. Maybe
Is there
if I
an
hover
arrow
it,
beside the...
there's not.
Beside the movement speed. Does that do anything when you had her targeted? Does that little arrow there do?
Oh, yeah. It's not the friendliest.
Okay, here we are. 195 gold, 7
195
items
gold.
looted.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, not bad.
195 golds,
Especially when
195
you're
gold.
up in CS, right?
Yep.
You know, that's 200 free gold.
Yeah. Kale gonna be especially good at popping that klepto in all her trades as well too. So not gonna be a problem with her.
What do you think Kale's building? He's got the tier and the 2 long swords
interesting.
and a dagger.
So he is building. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Gnasher's Tooth. I'm gonna say Gnasher's Tooth.
The
Spear Shojin.
The tier can probably be built into, well, because he's going AD, it looks like, I would assume Muramana for really big hits. But the 2 daggers likely to be made into either a Hextech Gunblade. Oh, there we are.
Oh, Busty doing some fancy footwork to live.
Kelly
Barcode.
almost got the pop there. And Hecarim used Ghost but did not manage to get in there for the last hit.
Yeah, nice save there by the Mundo, putting himself in harm's way, knowing that his fat body is totally going to be safe there.
The gold lead really hasn't changed since the fight bottom. Still has been about 2k, which is usually good news for the blue side or the losing side if the gold lead doesn't continue to snowball.
Yeah.
As for objectives coming up, we had Ocean Drake fall to the blue side earlier. I think the next Drake, I'm not really sure where that timer is, but the Ocean's like
doesn't give you a timer,
906, so it'll be
yeah.
1505,
There
I
you go.
believe, is the next dragon. I'm not sure which dragon it'll be. Competing for the red buff, Mundo gets it, Pike goes in, Galio,
Big
taunt
knock
onto
up.
the Kaisa, can't really see it. Callie got taunted as well. Pike ulties but does not get the execute. Mundo flash onto the Kaisa. Callie's getting chased by the Galio. That's 2 kills for 1. Seeing the Pike go down as well.
And Galio all making maximum usage there.
Yeah, that was a great engage by the Pike Galio. And it looks like Alistair's caught out here. Mundo's got red buff. You really can't just be trying to tank him. Oh, nice. They got out.
And they do manage to get out. Akali being so hard to catch. Just absolutely so hard to stick to.
She almost got the opening kill onto the Galio earlier too, which was pretty cool. Galio with the magic resist being a pretty hard target for a Callie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Darius going
Flash.
in for a hard engage here on the top lane.
He's going to want to...
He
still has Ghost Run. He didn't pop it early, and now he popped it there.
Interesting
He's
choice.
To get
Probably a mistake. Oh my God, the turnaround!
Oh.
Whoa, she picks it up.
No, she'll
the
die.
Pike's coming for the execute.
Oh, I think she was dead anyway. I don't know if Pike really wanted to take that kill from Darius.
Yeah, it's possible that it might just would have ticked over.
She may have had Triumph too, right? She took a tower shot and had all those minions on her, so I'm not sure if her heal comes up, then it's just worth it to get the kill. Always secure the kill. Always secure the kill. Galio ultis are halfway up. Kale's got her teleport up, so we could see a play somewhere soon, maybe bot lane. Dragon's going to be up in a minute and a half. Rift Herald has spawned.
Yeah, we'll see if that becomes an objective that either team's going to be looking for this game. We saw a really early Rift Herald in the previous game. Just at 10 minutes, Kitten managed to solo it as Jarvan. Very interesting play by him. Busty Senpai looking for an engage here. Canadians here as well.
It's a very, very strong objective. It's able to be capitalized on. It's a lot of gold to the team. Alistair got spiked out. He sacrifices himself instead of trying to chase towards the tower and make it so Kai'Sa has an easier time getting away.
And perfect timing for that fight because Dragon is right respawning here.
14:05. Okay, it's 5-minute respawn time. It's not 6-minute for Dragon.
Oh, is it only 5? It used to be 6. Definitely used to be 6.
I'm pretty sure I read the time as 9:05 on the objective killed, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Okay, well, 14:26 for Infernal. We will know for sure in 5 to 6 minutes. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's 6. And I think you think it's 6 too. We're just not sure. We probably read it wrong. Or the game's broken. It's broke.
They change things all the time.
That's true, they do.
Spicy people. Nice hook onto the Akali. Darius barely misses. They're kiting back. This Rift Herald is very, very dangerous. Like, Kai'Sa's coming from the other side, which would possess kind of... I mean, she can reposition, but how's the Alistair?
Oh,
Hecarim's going in. Kai'Sa is focusing the Galio. Galio gets taunt off. That Galio quickly goes down.
Yeah.
Zaya's still in base. He's just got his Essence Reverse, and now he's looking to fight perhaps. 2 Mirror Manas. Trinity Force on Hecarim, so they're playing around Hecarim's Power Spike for sure.
And it looked like they were going to fight a little bit too hard for the Rift Herald, but actually the Rift Herald was just a vessel to start that team fight.
Just to start that team fight.
And they do pick up the Rift Herald afterwards as well, too, so that's a big, big, big pickup there for them.
No, yeah, absolutely. If they can use that on... well, I mean, obviously they're going to use it on a tower here, but if you're able to use it on a tower after a team fight, you're able to clear 2 towers for sure.
Yeah.
Which is ideal. So they've got, I believe, a minute and a half on that summon, or maybe 2 minutes. So we'll see if they want to make a play somewhere to try and get 2 towers in one.
Yep, no neutrals alive. Tower plating is no longer a thing here this game. So we are just in the business of waiting for a pick. It looks like Hecarim positioning himself around that mid lane. Pyke on the top side, looking to get a gank for his top laner onto the Kayle here, but not finding anything. Oh, Hecarim's dropping the Rift Herald in the mid lane.
Kayle is now level 11 and range. Rift Herald is dropped. It looks like they're just going to make a play by forcing them to try to protect it and see what happens. Oh, they're engaging onto the Hecarim. Canadian going in. Galio ulti. Pyke's low. Gets ignited, walks out. Mundo gets haunted under tower. Kai'Sa gets blown up by the Galio. Alistair's going to go down as well. And that's 2 kills for Chasing Promos.
What a counter engage there for Chasing Promos. Just completely turning that around.
Well, and Kai'Sa has heal up and her ulti. Flash not up yet. You got to be very careful against both these teams. They have such quick engage. I love the Pyke Galio ulti. That is very hard for them to get away from. Kai'Sa just got destroyed by that Galio under turret.
And unfortunately, the Rift Herald, they're getting engaged.
Coming in.
Counter
Hecarim
engage.
still has his ulti up if he were to choose to continue. Akali versus this Galio bot line. Ooh, nice damage. Still, just has his Gunblade proc. That's what that was, so he just finished his Gunblade. I'm not sure what the mana on Kai'Sa's Mirror Mana is, or Kale's, but once those come up with a Hex Tech on that... oh, no, it looks like he's going Bork. Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess that makes sense, too.
Yeah. The Kai'Sa, the on-hit Kai'Sa.
Well, the Kale's going Bork. The Kai'Sa, I think, is going Gwynsu's.
Oh,
Kai'Sa.
yeah, Gwynsu's. You're right. Gwynsu's.
Just heard some clapping outside. 3 minutes from now should be exciting.
Hi.
Rick Chow. They're looking for a dastardly tower dive. Darius has no TP, so it is a 5v4. But they're going to lose tower for this. Now they're just deciding what they want to do. In the meantime, it looks like they've just decided that... Look at all the wards Red has in the bot jungle. So they were really looking for that fight, but I guess they just decided that 4 under the tower was no good. They wanted to catch 2 or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're aiming for right now at this point. They're just trying to make something happen on the map. They did lose, you're right, they did lose the top tower there for that positional play, though,
Yeah,
and didn't manage to gain anything from it. But we are going to see Dragon in a minute,
behind,
looks like.
behind, so.
And that might be in 5 minutes then, because it was 14 something, right?
Yeah, it was 14:30, so yeah, it's 5 minutes now. So that must have been a...
When did that happen? Chat? Anyone in chat want to tell me when they changed Dragon to 5 minutes?
Maybe it was when Elder Dragon came out or something. I haven't... When they
And
stopped
we literally just
having
don't
to
pay
type
attention
the
to timers.
When you stopped having to type the timers yourself,
Yeah, that's
then,
true.
you just didn't need to know it. You always just click tab and it told you when it was spawning. Interesting though. Oh, good to know. Look at me improving. Pike's going in on this Akali. Akali with the sidestep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe he's just trying to zone her off farm. That's kind of an interesting use of your time, I guess, if you're a support, is making it so Akali can't farm safely, making her question whether she can... Because, I mean, with all that ward coverage, if you're still running from fights as Akali into level 8 Pike, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And there is the dragon, and there's the ward coverage, and this is where we might see... this is generally where we see games break open around this drag, where teams want to fight. They are going to go for the fight.
Stun by the Pike. The Galio ulti into... No, doesn't get hit by the stun on the Kai. Kale's about to go down very low, already ulted. Busty Senpai gets taken out. Akali's chasing down the Zaya. Zaya gets cut down. Darius has got Ghost on, but he is about to get smashed. Oh, the Mundo clubs the Kaisa, and now he's going to be able to kite them away, most likely.
Yeah, Mundo.
Great engage, but Mundo didn't really have a chance to get onto any single target for an extended amount of time. The Kale ulti is a great way to zone 2 people.
Yeah, Mundo picking up that last kill there to ensure that the fight was not a complete wash. Dragon did go over to what's their team name again? 2012, man? He said 2012 is when Dragon changed? Ah, sweet Jesus. No screen for you guys.
2012. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's not correct.
No, not correct, but it's all good.
Because buffs were 5, Dragon was 6, and Baron was 7. That's that was how it was for Yeva. Buffs are still 5. Baron's still 7, right?
I have no idea what Baron is. I would assume it's 6 minutes. Because I don't know. Well, anyways. Unimportant statistics.
Doesn't matter,
the
doesn't
game
matter.
Counts it for you. I mean,
That's true. It is what it is.
the Bork is completed on the Kale now. Other items of note being completed. Pike has a Dusk Blade. The Gwynsu's is coming out on the Kaisa. Some magic pens coming out on Callie now. She is gonna hurt on that Zaya. The Zaya is looking to get a second item. I mean, ADCs tend to snowball off of that second and third item very, very large.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, interesting to see what their plan is with the Zaya, how they plan to make it more effective in doing some damage instead of just being a target.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks like we're going to see a Baron position here from both teams.
Luden's coming out on the Galio, so Spirit Visage is up on Mundo as well. The Kaisa Kale team is going to kill the Baron so incredibly quickly. I mean, you don't want to leave that objective up in case you lose a team fight. If they can sneak it, they have a... Oh, and they might just look to fight around the Galio with the Ludens and force these guys to come check it out and engage with their very crazy ult strategy.
They did a very good job clearing out that vision there. Keeping the pink on the Baron, they're able to maintain that vision denial as well.
Well, they were looking for it. The Pike didn't land an ability, but they're playing around each other now. Galio's got the ulti and teleport, and Kale's got teleport as well. They're in the off lane. I suspect that this works out just fine for the red team. Having Kale and Kaisa and the Kali continue to get gold seems sufficient. They took the gold lead again. As long as the Zaya is not getting very much gold, she really can't do much in these team fights. Once Kale gets 16, her damage is crazy, and it looks like he's going to be building either some sort of PD item, probably Runeans, but maybe.
Yeah, overall, when you look at both teams, you just see on the right-hand side, they've got so many damage dealers. Every single person almost on that. Well, 3 out of 5 are significant threats. Hecarim, I'm not sure if he's going to be a significant threat.
I wouldn't be surprised if that Trinity Force, I mean, he hurts probably. The Muramana's just finished on the Kaisa now, too.
Yeah.
That's a big damage boost. I'm not sure what the Kales is, but it must be getting relatively close.
Yeah.
The rapid
Did pick
fire
it up later.
cannon is now up on Zaya, which is nice to have that
Extra
second
range,
item
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, and the
Just-
extra item, yeah.
Essence Reaver into a bunch of feathers could be a big play sometime. Let's see. Clearing out the pink in the back of Baron. They're still looking to make a play around this Galio ulti. Pushes out the bottom wave, then positions to ulti onto the Pike. Clears the mid wave. Oh,
Yeah.
they're starting the Baron. Okay. Kale's bottom, so he has to TP. Pike's looking.
Ooh, nice hit.
I think he's just. Okay, they're backing off now. They're backing off.
They forced the TP here, though,
They
so
did force
TP
the
is
TP
gone.
is down for 5 minutes. Good play. Kale can't TP too deep because of all of the disengage from chasing promos. So
And they do have a lot of CC, so she does need to TP to a safe ward.
okay, they're looking for the.
They're
fight
going for it again. This is
Oh, the
strange. I don't know why they
Alistair
chose
engage.
this.
Big Galio gets the taunt off onto Kale and Kaisa. Kaisa manages to live, though. Canadian going down on Pike. Darius trying to get away with Ghost Run. He will not get away. Hecarim's about to get picked off by the Zaya. There are 2, 4, 3.
And
Currently.
Dead Seven's going to go down there,
It
and
looks
this
like
is
they're going to catch all of them. It's
and
a 2 for
wow,
5.
they are all going to go down here. Very unfortunate there for chasing promos. They were in a great position with the Kale having burnt her teleport, but instead of resetting and playing the same fight again without Kale having teleport, they decided that it was best because of the way that the late waves are pushing. If you see top lane just started to snowball back their way, bot lane just connected on the bot lane. They don't have anything else on the map really, so they just decided, okay, we're going to push Baron here. But they pulled off as soon as Kale came because they didn't want to fight a 5v5.
Well, I thought if they then backed off and waited for Kale to start splitting and then make a similar play,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But, now you're looking at the Kale. He's at a 3 power spike. Muramana.
Yeah, both Muramana.
Almost once he hits 16, right? Like I think that this game needed a little bit more mindfulness about the early game and positioning your jungler. You know, they went bottom with the Mundo, and they're definitely paying for it right now in regards to the fact that Zai didn't really get much out of it. And
Yeah, not only is Kale not shut down, she's actually bigger than the opposing top laner, so which is not what you want to see, of course.
Kale and Akali are both 5 kills. Very big. Morello's coming out on Akali, so Mundo is now not.
And they definitely want this Fire Dragon here.
Yeah.
They're going to fight for it, Alistair!
with the flash. I think that's the Hextech flash. Galio gets a 3-man taunt onto the Kale and the Zaya. They're chasing deep. Hecarim manages to kill the Zaya in the backline anyway. 2 for 0. And an Infernal Drake most likely coming over to the red team.
Fantastic engage there by the Alistair,
That was
really
a
just
great Hextech
opening the
flash.
fight up.
Yep.
Decided that I'm gonna start this. They're gonna be chilling around here. Boom, boom, boom. Starts the fight. 2 kills. Nikesa being able to do so much damage so quick, she can probably burst a tank right now.
Kesa and Kale on one target are
Yeah.
going to hit so hard. The burst coming out from the passive proc, and Kale's got Kleptomancy, but yeah, no, just crazy amounts of damage.
Yeah, even dragons from both teams, it looks like.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Which is funny. Did we
Kale's
have 4
15
dragons?
now.
Yes, we did have 4.
That makes sense based on the 5-minute timer. Now we know.
Now we
Blue
know.
team's turret has been destroyed.
And the push.
Baron buff. Darius is topside right now.
Oh, another Hextech flash from Alistair. Doesn't manage to find anyone though. But
Ooh,
oh my
Celestia's
god.
going down. Cannot
Kale still
step
got
out
all
into a Kale level
side
5.
steps and ults for good measure.
And those E's are just hitting for 600 damage, 3-shotting the Zaya.
Yeah, and this is a Baron empowered double cannon push with their
Triple
AD
cannon
being
push.
dead. Oh, triple cannon? Wow.
So
Yeah.
one of them's got only 1 hit on him, but that
still.
mid tower is going to go down too, probably.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, they're pushing down the tower.
I'm actually That's interesting. I'm surprised they didn't
No,
take that wave.
Yeah,
I mean,
one
like-
of those things about playing safe is not
Yep.
taking those marginal things, and this is definitely when you're 80-20 or maybe even higher than that. You don't need to.
And
take
this
those
isn't
fights in
this
the big.
isn't the game where you lose 14 elo. This is a game where you lose and you don't get to play anymore.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to play it a little bit safe. They're just gonna maintain their lead, take it to another lane. They don't want to risk
And look at
any
Galio
crazy
there.
fights.
He almost died just trying to cast one ability. Galio's walking in, goes in on the
the back
Zaya,
line.
just trying to be an engage at Hecarim ulti. Galio goes back in.
Wow.
Looking like a big engage from the the 5-man taunt. The big pike kill, but no, they're all wiped, and that is a 4-for-1.
And while we were
Great
watching
Galio.
that, Zaya died.
Yeah.
Akali put out enough damage with the Ignite to kill her.
Yeah.
So, and that's going to be game here. Completely dominant team fight performance there.
Yeah, absolutely. Once they grouped up, they really didn't lose another fight, even with all those crazy engages from the Galio. They didn't really have the damage output. The Darius was small, the Zaya was small. There was just no one to go in and follow up on. Like, that was a 5-man taunt, right?
Yeah.
The Galio ulti into a 5-man taunt. Big.
And they're also fighting right now at the point when Mirror Mana is the most valuable. They've just both hit their Mirror Mana spikes. It's a huge spike for them to hit. They both got Gwinsus, and they're just going to be pumping out that damage. So really picked the right point to just put the metal pedal down and go for the win. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We will see